Smith Park and J.J. Isaacson Field for a special day here in Omaha, Nebraska. It's CornBelt League opening day for the 2023 season. We're happy to have you on board. I'm Ethan McCormick, joined alongside Sim Whitaker. And it's a big day here in Omaha as CornBelt League is underway, and it's a special time of the year. Last year, the CornBelt League, so we saw growth, we saw expansion in the CornBelt League, and we've got a great matchup to start here today as the Black Sox go up against the reigning 2022 CornBelt League champions in the Filthballers.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how both these teams get their season started because, you know, both teams want to get that first win early on, and once you get that first win, it really helps you build momentum to start the season.
Yeah, we've got a special matchup like mentioned, the Filthballers coming off of a big 2022 campaign. But let's take a look at that schedule for opening day as we see three matchups. Your first matchup here at the 1 o'clock hours, the visiting Black Sox going up against the Filthballers. And then right after this, about an hour after the conclusion of this game, the Rail Riders will be going up against the Omaha Blue Dogs. And then in the nightcap, the lights will be on and the stars will be shining as the Red Raiders will be going up against the Bombers. Three big matchups here on opening day. These are the only three matchups here on opening day. What are you expecting out of some of these matchups as the CornBelt season gets ready to go underway?
Well, I'm expecting a lot of these guys to really have to get used to each other, get used to playing with new teammates, because, I mean, these are all new teams that are just meshed together just a few weeks ago. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they build chemistry off each other.
Let's take a look at these standings from the 2022 season. As you can see, the Filthballers were the champions at 25-5 with their overall record. The Haymakers and Black Sox not too far behind. The Haymakers finished runner-up in that championship game with a 17-11 record. And the Black Sox just missed out on the championship game, only coming up a couple runs short in the semifinal game last season, finishing at a 17-11 record. The Bombers, who we'll see later today, finishing at 16-13. Rail Riders 14-13, and then the rest all finished under 500. The Blue Dogs 9-18, the Crop Dusters 8-21, and then the worst team in the conference finishing with a 6-20 record was the Red Raiders. Well, the national anthem is about underway here at Seymour Smith Park. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we will get some starting lineups for you, and first pitch from the new 2023 season will be underway. Welcome back. That was the national anthem played here at Seymour Smith Park and historic J.J. Isaacson Field. Let's get some starting lineups for you here. First for the visiting Black Sox, batting leadoff, playing center field, Nick DeMonte. Batting second, number 16, Dylan Fuller. Dylan Fuller originating from San Joaquin Delta College. That's a small Division III college based out of California. So nice to see some national representation right there. Batting third, number 8, Caden Stanbrock. Batting fourth in the four-hole, the power hitter Cody Heidenreich. Batting fifth, number 7, Dominic DeMavo. Batting sixth, number 41, Jackson Yeager. Batting seventh, playing or pitching on the mound, towing the rubber for the Black Sox today, Dylan Novotny. Batting eighth, number 3, Dane Mediger, playing in the two-hole position. And then batting ninth, number 2, Gordy Nuno, behind the plate, catching for Novotny here today. And then batting 10th, playing third base, the hot corner, Tyler Dunham, And then on the flip side, for your home team, Filthballers, as we flip over the lineups here today, batting first, leadoff, Eli Elsbecki. Batting second, Julius Cortez playing in left field. Batting DH. Batting third, number 15, Corey Benton. Batting in the 4-hole, the power hitter, number 48, Matthew Rivers. Batting fifth, number 17, Peyton Larson. He'll be your center fielder manning the outfield here today. Batting sixth, number 21, Carson Burnett. He'll be playing third, the hot corner. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 7, Tristan Brandt. Batting eighth, playing second base, Dane Gardner. Batting ninth, number 9, Cooper McCoy. He'll be behind the plate for the pitcher here today. And then batting 10th, number 16, Jacob Martin. He'll be the extra hitter. And then on the bump for the Filthballers today, Cohen Evans. Cohen Evans just graduated at Grand Island High School, coming off of a dominant performance in the state baseball tournament this year. You went to Millard West, Sam, and he dominated the Wildcats for a little while there as he posted a 1.96 ERA in high school. That placed him at second in the state.
Absolutely. He was incredible this season for Grand Island. And, I mean, that first game up against Millard West, he was really good. I mean, he was getting the ball in the zone. He was getting guys swings and misses. Really helped Grand Island take control of that first game.
As we get ready to get things started off here, as we see Nick DeMonte, the right-handed hitter, lead things off here for the CornBelt season. The pitch from Evans as DeMonte squares around the bunt, and that ball will be missed outside for ball one. First pitch was at 12:59, as it is a steamy and humid 88 degrees here in Omaha, Nebraska. Second pitch on its way, fouled straight back, pushing the count to 1-1. And Evans has been working kind of to his own pace so far here in this one. The 1-1 count from Evans on its way. It'll be in there low for ball 2 as DeMonte is able to get ahead in the count. DeMonte rocking the pink bat. It's an emphasis out there. He really looks good with that pink bat out there.
Good style choice.
As the third pitch in the at bat misses high for ball 2, pushing the count to 2-1. Watchful eye here for DeMonte here early in the at bat. Quick pace, 2-1. Misses outside, miscount. That will be ball 4. He draws a walk as the first runner is on here in the 2023 campaign for the Black Sox.
That's something you didn't see Evans do a lot in high school. Walk around guys. He was really getting guys to swing and miss. He's going to have to change something up early.
We'll see how Evans can do here with a base runner on as he faces Dylan Fuller, the young man from California. Really do-it-all man here from California as he toes the left-handed batter's box and takes strike 1 outside, making the count 0-1. A little bit of cloud cover coming from the west. Could be some rain later on in the afternoon, as there's a small chance for rain later on today, but let's hope that stays out of the Omaha area. DeMonte leads off first. The 0-1 pitch. High and outside for ball 1. See how Evans can control a speedy DeMonte on first. It's the 1-1. Curveball in there for strike 2. Nice movement on the curveball, and it catches Dylan Fuller frozen in his shoes for strike 2.
One of his best pitches. We saw a lot of it in the state tournament. He really uses that to his advantage and gets ahead in the count with it.
Nice movement right there on that curveball. You could definitely tell the break. As the 1-2 is on its way. It's in the dirt for ball 2, and DeMonte is off. And Nuno is not able to get a control on that ball, and that's going to be a wild pitch stolen base for DeMonte as he moves into scoring position for the Black Sox. The Black Sox have their first threat here in the top of the first. After the stolen base, DeMonte leads off a second. Evans the 2-2. Swung on and hit over to second. Makes the play, throws it on over the first. DeMonte does advance to third. After that is the first recorded out of the inning for the Filthballers. It's Dane Gardner who was able to corral that one and throw it on over to Matthew Rivers. Runners on third here for Caben Stenbach. And the curveball throws in there right up the middle. The run will score. The out at first. Nice play up the middle by Dane Gardner. A run does score, so count that an RBI for Caben Stenbach. And the first run in the CornBelt season is scored for the Black Sox.
That's the all-important first run, getting ahead in this game early.
Number 27, Cody Heidenreich.
Cody Heidenreich, the first baseman here for the Black Sox, steps in. Curveball once again in there for strike one. Looks like Cohen Evans utilizes that curveball about 50% of the time in his at-bats. He usually likes to use it to get ahead.
And he does that with such precision. I mean, he uses it a lot, and it's for a good reason. He can control it really well, and he just uses it to beat hitters inside or out with it.
There's 2 outs after 2 ground balls up the middle to Cody Gardner, the 1-1 on its way. Swung on and fouled down the first base line. That'll put Cohen Evans ahead 1-2. See if Cody Heidenreich can stay alive as he swung on and misses for the first strikeout of the ball game for Cohen Evans. As one run on no hits, no runners left on for the Black Sox as we go down to the bottom of the first here, and the Filthballers will get their first chance to score some runs here in the bottom of the first. Here at J.J. Isaacson Field. And on the mound for the Black Sox is going to be Dylan Novotny. He is a resident of Blackhawk College, where he was kind of a utility guy in 13 games played. He posted a .361 average and had 6 RBIs, but today he's towing the slab for the Black Sox.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he can do like Cohen Evans and hopefully get ahead in the count.
First up, we got Eli Zellbecker, who is also from Blackhawk College. It'll be interesting to see how these two teammates can coincide here in this at-bat. Squares bunt, pops it straight up in the air. First pitch, first out for Eli Ellsbecker as he pops up a pitch to the pitcher. Score that one, an F1.
I'm sure Novotny will have some words for him after this game, especially when they get back to the campus.
That's something you really just don't like to see on your first pitch. Pop it up as Julius Cortez gets his first at-bat of the game. As he takes strike one, as Novotny is working pretty quick so far.
Yeah, and he's getting ahead in the count, and that's what you want from your pitcher.
Cortez, a resident of Hastings College, grounds that one down right back into the dugout, pushing the count to 0-2. 2 quick strikes here for Novotny. Not far traveling here for Julius Cortez. He's from Hastings. That's only a couple miles down the road as the ball just misses off the inside part of the plate, making it a 1-2 count. Hastings College has been known to piece a lot of great talent together as the 1-2 is on its way. Just misses outside, tying the count at 2-2. So we saw 2 straight strikes and then 2 straight balls. See what Novotny goes with here on the 2-2. Catches that slider right over the heart of the plate. Make that one the first backwards K for Novotny, as 2 quick outs here for the Black Sox in the bottom half of the first.
Now batting.
Good job by Novotny there. Just make it look like it was going to go out over the plate. Maybe Cortez didn't like the look of it. Either way, out on the play.
Corey Banton, the lefty, no batting gloves, steps up to the plate as he takes ball 1 high. It's always interesting to see no batting gloves. They got tough hands.
Yeah, I mean, swinging with those batting gloves, it's a different feel.
As he takes strike 1 on the outer high half of the plate, making it 1-1. Corey Banton's the DH here for the Filthballers today. But Corey can play third base, first base, in any position in the outfield. So he'll take strike 2 just off the plate. Or excuse me, he'll take ball 2 just off the plate. Good crowd on hand here for opening day at Seymour Smith, as the 2-1 is on its way. Catches the inside lower half of the plate, knotting up the count at 2 apiece. See how Novotny can attack this 2-2. Just misses off the plate, giving Benton a full count. Black Sox been working behind Novotny. The full count payoff. Swung on and missed. It's a drop third strike. Nuno throws the ball down the first. 3 up, 3 down for the Black Sox in the bottom half of the first. Due up for the Filthballers. Dominic DeMavo, Jackson Yeager, and Dylan Novotny will step up to the plate here for the Filthballers in the top half of the second. We'll be right back right here on the CornBelt League Network. Second here at J.J. Isaac Field, and Cohen Evans steps back out on the mound for his second inning of work. Did allow a run in that first inning, but other than that, he had 1 strikeout and a couple ground outs as the Black Sox jumped out to an early 1-0 lead. The first pitch to Dominic DeMaro is low for ball 1. What have you seen out of Evans right now as he's getting ready to kind of go through his top of the second?
Well, it's unlike Cohen to really go into the game trying to work around counts, but I mean, I think that's what he's trying to do in this next inning. He's trying to get back to his game and get ahead in the count.
As we see a ground out over to third base as Carson Burnett makes the nice play at the hot corner for the first out of the ball game.
Community College, number 41, Jackson Yeager.
Jackson Yeager steps up to the plate. Jackson Yeager, a freshman from McCook Community College, batted .289 and 14 RBIs and scored 18 runs for McCook. As he takes strike 2 outside. Quick work from Evans, not wasting any time out there on the bump. As the 0-2 pitch is fouled straight back into the netting, keeping the count at 0-2.
And you're starting to see Evans really get pounding into that strike zone. It's what he did back for Grand Island.
The 0-2 curveball rides a little too far inside and hits Jackson Yeager on the back. The Black Sox will have their first runner on second here in the top of the second.
Now batting, the pitcher from Porterville College,
Pitcher
15, Dylan Novotny.
Dylan Novotny is going to be going up against a pitcher. So the pitcher is getting to hit here today as Novotny is the right-handed batter. Skies one into right field. Comes running in. The diving catch, it drops as the play is they're going to get the out at second off the force as Tristan Brandt was not able to get to that ball in time. The ball does hit the ground, but they do get the force out at second after Jackson Yeager thought that ball was caught, stayed halfway between first and second, but the out at second still applies. That'll put 2 down for the Filthballers.
And that's such a tough play to guess on because you have to get off first a little bit just in case he does drop it, which he did there.
As the first pitch was a ball. That is ruled a hit in the scorebook. That's a hit, but a put out at second. So that's going to be ruled a 9-4 put out with a hit for Novotny.
Interesting scoreline there.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's what makes baseball beautiful, right? Is the interesting score lines that you can get. Baseball's a real beautiful game as ball 3 is inside. As we're seeing Dane Mediger step up to the plate here is the infielder from Northeastern Community College. He's 2-time All-State as he takes strike 1 on the 3-0 count. Mediger is kind of a do-it-all guy in the infield. He can tow any position from third to first. He can play 3 through 6. As the runner is off, a little hit and run situation. As I think the ball hit the runner, that runner is out. That'll get him out of the inning. An unfortunate series of events for the Black Sox as the hit and run was almost put off to perfection, but it just toes the foot of Dylan Novotny. 1 run or no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base as we go down to the bottom half of the second. Black Sox still up 1-0. Bottom of the second as Dylan Novotny looks to go through his second inning of work. Due up here for the Filthballers, Matthew Rivers, Peyton Larson, and Carson Burnett. Rivers is a freshman hailing from DMACC. It's quite the thing right there, as he's the first baseman, and he will be playing first base here for the Filthballers, but he's batting in the 4-hole. Big power hitter. He is a freshman in college. Rivers will get his first at bat. Initially, Rivers looks like a big presence out there in the batter's box.
He does, and it's going to be interesting to see how he works the count off of Novotny.
The first pitch swinging for Rivers. It's 0-1. See how Rivers can attack Novotny, who Novotny worked very quickly in that first inning. As the ball is fouled straight back, making it 0-2. Like mentioned earlier, good crowd on hand here at Seymour Smith. Hot, humid. You see a lot of umbrellas out protecting people from the sun. But the heat from Dylan Novotny blows right by Matthew Rivers, and that's the second strikeout of the ball game here for Novotny.
Both these pitchers starting to pick up the velocity now. Let's see how long he can last.
You got to kind of be a little careful, right, with the heat. These pitchers can wear out kind of easily. So both coaches have got to kind of watch these guys.
And it is a scorching day out here in Omaha. So it's going to be interesting to see how long they can last.
Ball one missed outside to Peyton Larson. Peyton Larson skies one into center field. That ball's going to get over the head of the center fielder, and Peyton Larson showing off his wheels. He's rounding second. He's thinking three. He stumbles over the bag. The relay is going to be not in time, and Peyton Larson skies a triple to right center field, and the Filthballers get their first runner in scoring possession on a one-out Peyton Larson triple.
That's a great job right there by Larson, getting into scoring position, only one out. Perfect time for the Filthballers to get their first run and tie this game up.
As that is exactly where Carson Burnett wants to see the Filthballers here, as the righty steps up to the plate looking to tie the ball game here in the bottom of the second. One out pitch, scored over to second. That'll do its job of scoring the run, as count that one an RBI for the Filthballers and Carson Burnett, and it's a tie ball game here at Seymour Smith.
Good job right there by Burnett. Didn't get it past him, but he still got enough on it, so they couldn't make the play at home.
Now up the right fielder, Tristan Brandt. Tristan Brandt almost had that diving catch in the top half of the second, as the lefty steps up and fouls the first one down the first base line. Brandt from Concordia University. He was the league MVP, and he was the player of the year in 21-22. A talented hitter, to say the least, and he takes ball one not too far off the plate. The 1-1 on its way in the bottom of the second. Outside for ball two. If you're just now tuning in, the Filthballers were able to get a run on the board in the bottom half of the second after Peyton Larson took an 0-1 pitch to right center field, and then Carson Burnett was able to score him on a ground out to second. 2-1. In there for strike two, just catches the inside part of the plate. The Black Sox got their first run on the board in the top of the first. They were able to strike early. The 2-2 count. Up high, good hold by Tristan Brandt, pushing the count to full. The sixth pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swung on to center field. That ball will be camped under by DeMonte, and he will get underneath that one for strike three. One run on one hit for the Filthballers after Peyton Larson skies a triple to right center field, and scored on by Carson Burnett. As we go to the top half of the third, knotted at one apiece here on the CornBelt League Network. Seymour Smith as Cohen Evans gets ready to toe the bump for his third inning of work. What have you seen out of Cohen that you really like, as he's been able to utilize that curveball so far early?
Well, in high school, Cohen Evans really made it hard for hitters to get ahead in the count, and he really used his velocity and his break on that curveball, one of his best pitches, to really get Grand Island ahead in games. And he's the reason that Grand Island pulled out a lot of their games this season.
Would agree, as Cohen Evans gets ready to throw to Gordy Nuno, as the catcher for the Black Sox takes strike one on the outer half of the plate. Seen a lot of action here early. One run for both teams. It's tied at one, as a kind of a check swing bunt scenario for Gordy, as it just fouls right back, making it a 1-1 count. As Evans gets ready for the 1-1. And Gordy Nuno fires a hot shot foul ball straight back to the press box, as it is a 1-2 count here to Gordy. 1-2, the curveball right back to Evans. Evans can take his time, throws a nice little ball over there, as that is a ground out to the pitcher. Scored that one, a 1-3 ground out for Cohen Evans, as he can do it all. Pitchers can field too.
Absolutely, and that's a matchup we've seen before in Nebraska State baseball. Gordy Nuno, the Omaha Central graduate, going up against the Grand Island graduate.
As the third baseman Tyler Dunham here for the Black Sox steps into the batter's box, the third baseman and pitcher from Midland University, right-handed hitter. 0-1, swung on high as he loses his bat. It hits the umpire in the leg. That'll sting. That'll leave a stinger.
Absolutely. Those things are not made out of soft material.
As hitters are using wood bats here in the CornBelt League.
Maybe not as bad as a metal, but still not much better.
That will leave a bruise. He's got to get some icy hot and rub that one on the inside of his thigh. The 0-2 curveball misses high. Nice movement, just missed a little bit high, making it 1-2. 1-2. High once again. Hot, humid, little cloudy. Cloud's not really blocking the sun, however. The 2-2 swung on and hit over to short. Excuse me, the third baseman picks that up. Carson Burnett throws a strike over to first, gets him in time for out number 2. Nice play ranging over by Carson Burnett. Takes it from his shortstop, Eli Elsbecker, but do it all, man. Carson Burnett scored that one, a 5-3 ground out for the Filthballers, and we go back to the top of the lineup for the Black Sox. As Nick DeMonte for the Black Sox takes strike one. DeMonte in his last at-bat drew a walk when then later came around to score. He scored the only run for the Black Sox here in the game, as he takes a low pitch inside and he shoots that one through the 5-6 gap for a single. That'll be his first base hit of the game.
And good job right there just to make contact. You didn't get too much power on it, right to the fielder, right over the head between that 5 and 6 gap, as you said, and a base hit.
DeMonte is a threat to steal, had a stolen base in the first inning. As the center fielder for the Black Sox is a threat to go. Dylan Fuller, the lefty, takes ball one low. You can see DeMonte on first get progressively bigger leads after every pitch. DeMonte shuffles around on first. The ball is in there for strike one. Knotted up at Snake Eyes, 1-1. As Cohen Evans has been dealing so far here today, the 1-1. Swung on down the first base line back to the Black Sox dugout. Pushing it to 1-2. Thank you for tuning in on opening day here on the CornBelt League Network. As the 2-2 is skied down the left field line, that one will stay in play as the diving try over there by Julius Cortez overran the ball down the third base line. Diving effort, loses his cap in the process. That could have been an early SportsCenter top 10-esque play to start the season.
That was a good hustle on him, though, to get on his horse and just get over there.
Yeah, he was flying. You know a player is running hard when they lose their cap in the process. As Cortez gets ready after the great effort on the 1-2. We'll do it again. The 1-2. DeMonte runs. This one is skied in foul play. Nice job by Carson Burnett getting underneath that one. That'll get the Filthballers out of the inning. No runs on one hit by Nick DeMonte, and we'll go to the bottom half of the third, still knotted at one apiece, right here on the CornBelt League Network. Back to Seymour Smith as Dylan Novotny gets ready for his third inning of work. We've seen a good pitching battle. Besides the 2 runs, we've seen a lot of quality pitching out there from the 2 squads.
Absolutely, and I think it's only going to get better from here. I mean, early on, everyone's not in the game usually, but as we get deeper into this game, I think these pitchers are just going to lock it down.
As we've seen Dane Gardner, the freshman from Concordia University based out of Seward, Nebraska. Middle infield type player. He plays shortstop and second base, and Gardner today is playing second base. The righty takes the first pitch low and inside for ball 1. Novotny's been able to work quick. You'll see him utilize a lot of speed in his windup.
And that's going to work to Novotny's advantage.
Novotny can really kind of wear down hitters as he goes. The 2-0. Fouled straight back out of play for the first strike in the at-bat. Dylan Novotny's got a backwards K, a strikeout swinging, and a strikeout looking in his first appearance here in the 2023 campaign. As the 2-1 swung on up the middle, not able to get to it is Stenbach, and that'll be a hit, first hit of the 2023 campaign for Dane Gardner. He towed a nice one in between the 4-5 gap.
Now batting, the catcher.
As the catcher, Cooper McCoy,
Cooper McCoy
steps up to the plate here for the Filthballers.
So far early on in this game, we're seeing a lot of hits to that left side gap, that left center gap. So you're going to wonder if that's going to continue to happen. They might have to move those outfielders over a bit.
Could see a shift here as Cooper McCoy swings aggressively at that first pitch, making it 0-1.
One thing on his mind with that swing.
Dinger.
Oh,
He was thinking the fences on that 0-0 pitch. As a pickoff attempt over there tries to get Dane Gardner sleeping. Dane Gardner is a pretty speedy freshman from Concordia. Just wrapped up his freshman campaign with the Mustangs out of Concordia. The 0-1. Outside for ball 1. Just now tuning in, I'm Ethan McCormick, joined alongside Sam Whitaker, and we've got a good day of baseball lined up here for you on the CornBelt League Network, as Sam will be taking over play-by-play duties for the second game in our triple header here right after this game concludes. The 1-1. Just catches the outside part of the plate, putting Novotny ahead 1-2. See Cooper McCoy start to battle up there, win the count. Gardner digs himself a big lead at first. The 1-2 misses outside for 2-2, making it a 2-2 count. Gordy Nuno putting in a lot of work back there for the Black Sox. He's been pretty efficient, he's been a brick wall. As speaking of the devil, he goes out for a meeting of the minds out there on the bump.
It's going to be interesting to see how Novotny will handle the runner in on the base paths. He's done it before, but you have to attack it differently.
Just wonder what that conversation was all about. As there are no outs, but a runner is on first. Plenty of time to work with here for Novotny. Novotny looks over. It's ready to deal the 2-2. 2-2. Swung on and grounded down the third base line. Gathers it, looks over to second, throws it over the first for the nice play at first. And that'll be a 5-3 putout over there for Caben Stenbach.
And that's just great awareness. Looking over at second, knowing that you can't get that out, good just to get one.
Runners in scoring position, though. That does put runners in scoring position for the Filthballers, as Gardner was able to advance to second. As we're seeing the extra hitter here, Jacob Martin. Martin, a freshman from Western Technical College. 338 average, 15 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, and 22 runs scored, as he is going to be an infielder, pitcher, stay in the dirt type of player here for Francisco Alvarez in the Filthballers. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. As the cloud cover has moved its way over J.J. Isaac Field, giving a nice little shade for the players and the fans here today, as the wind is also starting to pick up a little bit. 0-1. Missed outside for ball one. That shade must feel nice.
Absolutely. Early, right before we got here, right before we started this, it was scorching outside.
I mean, it's like an ice bath type of weather. You know, you just want to just jump in a pool of ice. I mean, I was thinking about it as the 1-1 swung on and missed, pushing the count to 1-2. I got to ask, Sam, what is your favorite cool down activity? Like, what do you like to do when it's hot and you want to cool down? Personally, I'm a popsicle guy. I like popsicles, you know. I'm a big popsicle guy.
I think I'd have to agree with you on that one, popsicle.
As the 1-2. Swung on and missed, giving Novotny his third K of the ball game, pushing that to 2 outs here for the Black Sox. Runner in scoring position still as we move to the top of the order as Eli Ellsbecker, who flew out on a bunt to the pitcher in the top of the first. You can't go wrong with the slip and slide, though, you know. Ooh. The slip and slide is an age-old classic when cooling down.
Absolutely.
First pitch is swung on and missed for Eli Ellsbecker. As Novotny pumping that that inside heat. Watermelon is also good. I don't know. I'm just thinking I'm just thinking of all these ways to cool down in the summer. Watermelon's good.
Watermelon's got to be a pretty good one.
Underrated watermelon, I would have to say. The 0-1 is outside for ball one. I'm trying to think. I can't remember the last time I used a slip and slide.
I'd say it'd have to be a few years for me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm too big. Like tall and wide. I'm calling myself. I added a couple extra pounds. As the 1-1 is down in the dirt for 2-1, as Gardner got a pretty big secondary lead right there, as the Filthballers are looking to capitalize with the runner in scoring position here in the bottom half of the third. as Elsbecker is stalling out the pitcher here. We got a little stalemate going on. Okay, as Elsbecker is now ready. The 2-1. Swung on, fouled straight back over the press box. As everyone in the press box got ready to catch that.
To the gate. They will give you a piece of bubble gum.
As Connor Shelton wishes he could have caught that ball. Connor Shelton's our PA guy. It's the 2-2 pitch. It's ready from Novotny. On its way as he looks over Gardner and looks him back to second base. See a little communication out there with his second baseman, Tyler Dunham. Tyler Dunham kind of running back and forth, trying to figure out if they want to pick him off, not. The 2-2 swung on and missed for Dylan Novotny. He pumps the heat right down the middle, giving him his 4th strikeout out of the ball game. No runs on 1 hit, 2 Ks for Dylan Novotny in the bottom half of the 3rd as we go to the top of the 4th, still tied at 1 apiece. As you can see the crowd on hand for opening day here at Seymour Smith. Nice little crowd on hand. You got a couple bucket hats out there and got the fans cooling down. You saw some umbrellas and some lawn chairs. This is peak baseball in Omaha, Nebraska.
Absolutely. Perfect weather. It's just getting nicer.
As Cohen Evans goes back out there for his second inning of work. But Caben Stenbrock takes that first pitch, punches it through the 3-4 gap. Good way. Leading off here for the Black Sox. You see one pitch, you hit that one pitch. The Black Sox got a leadoff runner in the top of the 4th.
And finally a hit to that right side.
As we see Caben Stenbach, or excuse me, Cody Heidenreich tow the batter's box here in the top of the 4th. First pitch missed low and outside. Heidenreich from Nebraska Wesleyan University. He just finished his junior year. Nebraska Wesleyan is based out of Lincoln, Nebraska, not too far from UNL's campus. As Evans throws over, keeping Stenbach kind of in check over there.
I think that's going to be something they're going to have to look at. The Black Sox really getting aggressive on those base paths right now, especially DeMont.
Evans, who misses low for 1-0. Evans is towed to go to Cloud County Community College. It's based out of Kansas. As he looks over there, nice pickoff move. That was a very close play over there at first as Stenbach is trying not to get caught sleeping. The 2-0 pitch to Heidenreich. Go ahead.
I think they noticed that the Black Sox are trying to sneak up more on that advance from those bases.
Heidenreich, the intimidating 4-hole hitter here for the Black Sox, gets ready to take the 2-1 pitch. The 2-1 pitch misses low for ball 3. Good at bat here for Heidenreich. He's been able to utilize his eye effectively. As the Black Sox get their sign from their head coach over there on the third base side. Stenbach leads off of first. The 3-1. Misses outside as Heidenreich draws a 5-pitch walk here in the top of the 4th. And that'll bring up Dominic DeMaro, excuse me.
The left fielder from York University, number 7, Dominic DeMaro.
Who grounded out to the pitcher in his first at-bat of the ball game. Runners on first and second. Stenbach on second. Heidenreich on first here for DeMaro as he squares around a bunt, pops it up to the pitcher. The pitcher throws it over there for out number 1 as Evans came off the mound quickly. Runners do advance to second and third as the sac bunt for DeMaro works to high succession.
Now batting, the extra hitter from McCook Community College, number 41, Jackson Yeager.
As Jackson Yeager steps up to the plate, he had a nice walk in the second inning as the first pitch curveball gets in there for strike 1 as Yeager was frozen in time. The 0-1 to Yeager, misses outside for ball 1. 1-1 count here for Yeager in the top of the 4th. The Black Sox looking to capitalize with runners in scoring position. The 1-1 curveball is skied into the outfield. Tristan Brandt skies underneath it. The runner will tag. We will not have a play at the plate as Stenbach smartly goes back to third after Brandt unleashed a missile from right field.
That thing was flying. Almost heard that whistle coming from it. Didn't want to run in. Good job to keep this game tied. Still only 1 out, though.
From Porterville College, number 15, Dylan Novotny.
As Dylan Novotny, the pitcher for the Black Sox, looks to bring in a runner as there is supposed to be 2 outs as the first pitch is flown out of play down the first base line. The second pitch grounded down the third base line. Carson Burnett gets it, throws the quick hands over to first, and that'll get the out. Nice work by Cohen Evans after a leadoff base hit, a walk, gets a fly out, a sac bunt, and he gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, 1 walk for Evans, and we go down to the bottom of the 4th, still tied at 1 apiece right here on the CornBelt League Network. Back as you're getting an inside look into the Filthballers dugout as they get ready to go out in the bottom of the 4th as Dylan Novotny looks to toe the slab for his 4th inning of work as we're going to see the Filthballers bring up Julius Cortez, Corey Banton, and Matthew Rivers, the 2, 3, 4 hitters here in the bottom of the 4th. Julius Cortez struck out looking in his first at-bat. As Novotny gets ready for the first pitch down the third base line, fumbles with it, pops it up in the air as Cortez flies down the line. As Tyler Dunham was not able to corral that ball, rule that one in E5 as Julius Cortez and the Filthballers get their first run on first, their first runner on first in the bottom of the 4th. As the first pitch misses.
From DMAC, number 15, Corey Banton.
Corey Banton from DMAC As we got a runner, a nice hit and run situation as Julius Cortez read that perfectly. Round second, heading to third. The throw will not be in time as he gets in there after the nice hit and run call from Francisco Alvarez and the Filthballers. Corey Benton scores that one right up the middle, and we got runners on the corners here with no outs. The Filthballers are threatening here in the bottom of the fourth.
And the wheels on Cortez there paid off. You can see he wanted to steal second, then that base hit just got into center field a little bit deep enough, and those wheels let him get that base, let him get to third there.
Matthew Rivers struck out swinging in his first plate appearance as he swings on and misses right there for strike number one. See if the Filthballers can do what the Black Sox couldn't and score runs here with runners in scoring position with no outs. Even a ground ball would do the dirty work here for the Filthballers.
That's all you got to worry about is getting a run across. Take that lead. Big momentum builder for your team.
As the second pitch in the at-bat is missed low and outside for ball number one. It's from Francisco Alvarez, the head coach and the third base coach, gives Matthew Rivers the sign here on the 1-1. Novotny looks to work out of a jam. The 1-1. Fouled straight out of play down the first base line. That'll push the count to 1-2. What should Matthew Rivers be looking for here on the 1-2 as Dylan Novotny looks to potentially work out of a jam?
Well, he's got to be looking for a pitch that he can hit. Don't go chasing for something outside the zone. You have 2 strikes on you, so you got to be careful.
As the 1-2 from Novotny just misses high and outside for ball 2. If you're just now tuning in, runners on the corners here in the bottom of the fourth for the Filthballers after a nice hit and run situation from Corey Benton and Julius Cortez. The 2-2 is grounded down the third base line, foul, keeping the count at 2-2. We were talking about popsicles earlier. Kind of want a popsicle. Kind of craving a popsicle.
Honestly.
I could go for a mean green popsicle. Sour apple.
I'm a red guy myself.
Oh, you're a strawberry guy?
Oh, yeah.
As the 2-2 plunks Matthew Rivers. And that'll load the bases here for Peyton Larson, who had a triple in the last time he batted in the in the bottom half of the second. The Filthballers could use a little bit of that Peyton Larson magic.
Dangerous spot right here, and we're going to have a mound visit by the Black Sox.
So we're going to see a meeting of the minds for the Black Sox as they look to kind of cool down Dylan Novotny. Speaking of cool down, we were talking about our favorite ways to cool down. You should let us your favorite ways to cool down in the YouTube comment section, on Twitter, Instagram. Let us know your favorite ways to cool down, and we'd love to hear from you. Like I said, mine was a popsicle or a slip and slide. I would probably never use a slip and slide again, though.
They got those huge ones down in Texas or something.
They do, actually. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Now batting, the center fielder.
I know Mike Knockenauer's favorite way to cool down is probably like a nice tall glass of water. As he just waves his hands in frustration as the Black Sox look to work out of a bases-loaded, no-outs jam here as Peyton Larson, who had a triple in his last at-bat in the bottom half of the second. His first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Peyton Larson showed off the speed. You kind of knew from the moment that ball landed he was thinking 3.
Absolutely. The wheels on Larson. This could be a dangerous play if he gets it into field here.
As the ball's in the dirt, good job by the catcher behind the plate. Gordy Nuno is able to corral that one before it gets to the backstop. As Dylan Novotny is from Porterville College, is trying to work himself out of a bases-loaded, no-outs jam. 2-0 misses low. And Novotny has got to give some of his best pitches coming up here on 3-0. The 3-0. In there for strike 1. Nice slider from Novotny. That was one of the best pitches that you could have thrown in that situation.
Absolutely. And I think Novotny knows Larson has wheels, and if he gets on, it's an extra base hit.
Ground ball up the middle. The double play ball is in use. Nice pick over there by Cody Heidenreich. A run does come across the score, and the runner from second advances to third. Nice play up the middle. Score that one a 6-4-3. That's a world-class double play right there for the Black Sox, as there's 2 outs and a runner on third.
Now batting, the third baseman from Owen College, number 21, Carson Burnett.
As that first pitch will miss outside.
Up to the plate, Carson Burnett grounded out in his last AB, as we're seeing head coach come out to the mound for a meeting of the minds, as Dylan Novotny's day will be done here for the Black Sox, as he finishes the day with 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 3 hits, and 2 walks. Is a good day for Dylan Novotny, as we'll see a new pitcher come into the ball game. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher and more when we come back right here on the CornBelt League Network. Towing the bump here for the Black Sox here in the bottom half of the fourth with 2 outs, as we'll see Trevor Storer, the freshman from Northeast Community College, tows the bump here for the Black Sox.
The Lincoln East High School grad, someone that Millard West knows all too well, unfortunately, after this season. An all-class honorable mention for the Spartans.
Nothing to hang your head, though, if you're Dylan Novotny. 4 Ks, 2 walks, 2 earned runs, and his first debut in the 2023 CBL campaign, as we'll see Carson Burnett step up to the plate here for the Filthballers. First pitch from the new Storer is misses high for ball 1. Runner on third, 2 outs here for the Filthballers. As the first strike of the at-bat comes up high for ball 1, or for strike 1. If you're just now tuning in, the Filthballers had bases loaded with no outs, but a ground ball by Peyton Larson scores a run as well as a double play. Misses high. The count is 3-1. As the Filthballers have had a very watchful eye. They've drawn a lot of walks. They've been very patient up at the plate here so far, as the 3-1 is in there for strike 2. Nice little slider right there from Storer, as he's looking to get the Black Sox out of this little jam. Storer comes set. 3-2. Swung on and drove to left field. That ball will be camped under by Dominic DeMauro, as the Black Sox are able to get out of that one. for the Filthballers on the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 run on 1 hit as we go to the top of the 5th to see if the Black Sox can respond. This is CornBelt League Baseball right here on the CBL Network. Towing the bump for the Filthballers in the top half of the 5th is Ethan Neeson, the outfield pitcher utility man out of Allen County Community College. Nothing to hang your head, though, if you're Cohen Evans, who just graduated high school about 3 weeks ago, as he gave up 2 hits. He had 1 earned run and 3 Ks and 1 walk for the young man who will be visiting Cloud County Community College. As a little bit of a different look here from the Filthballers in the top half of the 5th.
Yeah, changing pitchers, both these teams doing so, and I think it's just going to be it's the Filthballers that are trying to get back into this game, so you're going to want to see if changing pitchers can help you do that, but it's going to be a good inning regardless.
As we're going to see Dane Manager, Gordy Nuno, and Tyler Dunham here in the top half of the 5th here for the Filthballers. For the Black Sox, as that cloud cover is starting to get a little bit more dark. And if you look out to the west, we've got a window right outside of our press box here. If you're familiar with the press box, there's a giant window. We can see a lot of cloud cover. Good job by our camera guys on showing the cloud cover here coming from the west.
Now pitching for the Filthballers from Allen County Community College, number 18.
As we hope the rain, stay away, come back again another day. I am not a musical genius. I just commentate for the CornBelt League Network.
Rain, go away. We got a CornBelt League game to play today.
Oh, I like that, Sam. I like that. As the first pitch from Neeson is a strike right down the middle. I like that. Sam, you became my new favorite. That was great. That was great. I want to clip that. We got to come back and visit that one. It's the second pitch in the at-bat is high for ball 1. You know, there's a reason why we talk about sports, right? It's because we can't sing, we can't dance, but we can sure talk about sports. But Sam showed off a great talent right there. Ball 2 is in the dirt, making it a 2-1 count. Sam, I'm impressed.
Appreciate it.
I say we make a CornBelt League song. What do you say? No? Press box says no. I'm going to say yes. The 2-1 on its way, swung on and missed from Dane Manager. Pushes the count to even at 2-2. We just like to have fun up here. We like to have a lot of fun up here.
That's all it's about.
That's all it's about. Summer baseball's fun. As the 2-2 is on its way. In there for strike 3, freezes Dane Manager looking on the fastball that caught the lower half of the plate. And the new Filthballer pitcher, Ethan Neeson, comes in and gets a nice strikeout looking to start his 2023 campaign.
Never going to complain about a strikeout your first game, debuting in the league. Always good to get that all out of the way.
Gordy Nuno steps up to the plate, grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat in the top half of the 3rd, and he takes strike 1 looking. As Neeson works quick, the 0-1 grounded down the first base line, foul. As we've seen the Black Sox and the Filthballers, a low scoring, there's been quite a bit of offense, but it's also been kind of low scoring. It's been kind of one of those rare pitcher and hitter duels. As the pitch is fouled down the first base line, keeping the count at 0-2.
And in my opinion, those games are one of the funnest to watch because, I mean, it's not completely like shut down pitchers, there's a few runs, and it's close and it's tight, and you can definitely tell that the players feel it out there on the field.
Yeah, I mean, with that cloud cover cooling down, these players can kind of settle in as the 0-2 is missed outside for ball one. The heat right there for Neeson. Neeson has a fastball that can touch 90 miles an hour, as he showcased it out at Allen County Community College, where he also posted a .261 batting average. 1-2 grounded over to Casey Burnett on the third base side. The hot corner throws it over to first in time for the second out of the inning. Score of that one, a 5-3 ground out. As Tyler Dunham steps up to the plate, had a 5-3 ground out in the top half of the third in his last at-bat. The third baseman grounded out to the third baseman in his last at-bat.
Funny how that works.
Baseball is a very, very fun game like that. Neeson throws a nice slider in there. It froze Dunham. It started at the body of Dunham and worked all the way over to the heart of the plate.
That's a nasty pitch.
As the slider once again catches the inside part of the plate, that's 2 straight sliders for Neeson, and that's 2 straight strikes, and he looks to get the 3-pitch strikeout. As he throws it inside, a little too far inside, pushes the count to 1-2. Announcer's jinx, that's my bad.
He's going to be mad at you for that one.
He is going to be mad at me for that one. He doesn't have to know that I jinxed him. The 1-2. Catches the outside part of the plate, and Ethan Neeson gets 2 strikeouts and a ground out in the top half of the fifth in his first outing so far of the year, as no one was left on base, and the Filthballers look to add on to their lead in the bottom half of the fifth right here on the CornBelt League Network. Welcome back, as you're getting a nice look of the shelf clouds coming into Omaha. As I've been told it's raining in some places throughout the metro area. So we got to keep a watchful eye on that, as we've got Trevor Storr going out for his second inning in relief, as Christian Brandt drives one straight up the middle, and Storr takes the pitch, throws it right over to the first baseman for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's the third time we've seen a pitcher make a nice play on the mound so far.
Good job by the pitchers so far in this one. They're not just out there throwing heat, they're out there fielding too.
Pitchers can field too. Pitchers are athletes too. The great Jaden Taylor taught me that, or always said that at least. As the first pitch curveball misses high for ball 1. The 1-0 outside for ball 2. And after the quick first pitch ground out, Storr misses on the first 2 pitches. And we're starting to see the wind pick up a little bit here, as the first strike of the at-bat comes on an inside fastball. 2-1. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th here. Filthballers up 2-1. And Storr is working with a 2-1 count, as the curveball misses low, making it 3-1. Dane Gardner had a single in his last at-bat in the bottom half of the 5th. He got stranded on second as he deals one up the middle. The second baseman is not able to get to it in time, and Gardner will beat that one out. We'll see if that's ruled an error or a base hit, as the scorers are going to rule that one a base hit. So right up the middle, that's a tough play up the middle. Excuse me, that's a tough play up the middle for Dane Mediger, but that one will be ruled a base hit in favor of Gardner.
Cooper McCoy.
It's Cooper McCoy who grounded out to third in his last at-bat in the bottom half of the 3rd. So McCoy watches strike one outside. After the scorer's decision to rule that a hit, as he is off. Gardner is off. Great throw from behind the plate for Nuno, but it is a little off the beaten path, and little collision sliding in there for Gardner with the shortstop for the Black Sox, Caven Stenbach, but both players appear to be okay and rule that one a stolen base for Dane Gardner.
That's something you never want to see, collisions. Hopefully, though, looks like everyone's okay. They can laugh it off.
As Dane Gardner gives the thumbs up and the smile to his first base coach. As the wind out of nowhere has picked up, and we have got to be very watchful of storms coming into the viewing area, as the 1-1 pitch is on its way and is in the dirt, as Gardner takes off for third and will get there successfully, as Nuno was not able to get underneath that one in time, and Filthballers have a runner in scoring position with one out. 2-1 is the count here for Trevor Storer to Cooper McCoy. The 2-1 grounded, or excuse me, flied out to right field, and that will be a base hit, and that will bring in the run. Nice right field base hit. RBI for Cooper McCoy, and that pushes the Filthballers lead to 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Good job right there, just to square up and get good contact on it. Seen that a few times today. Not a lot of power onto the hit, but just good enough to get over the head and right in between the fielder and the infielder.
Now batting, the extra hitter.
We're going to see a pitch runner here for Cooper McCoy, or a courtesy runner here for Cooper McCoy, as Brendan Hillis from Iowa Central Community College is running for Cooper McCoy. Jacob Martin just gets almost one down the first base line. That'll be foul, however, making it 0-1. Jacob Martin struck out on 4 pitches swinging in his last at-bat in the bottom half of the 3rd. As Brendan Hillis leads off of first, the 0-1 pitch is high for ball 1. Filthballers looking efficient and consistent early here in the CBL season. Storer, the 1-1 on its way to Martin, misses high for ball 2. Good job by the man behind the plate on stopping that one before it could have hit the wooden backstop. Here at J.J. Isaacson, the backstop is wooden, so that ball will tend to bounce a little further. The 2-1 outside for ball 3. As you can hear that wind on our Nat mic start to pick up a little bit. 3-1. Brendan Hillis leads off of first. Gives a little look. 3-1 on its way, swung on and missed from Jacob Martin. Pushes the count to full. You might see Brendan Hillis run here, although there is one out. 3-2, Hillis is off, swung on and missed. That ball was thrown into nowhere as Brendan Hillis stole second, but the fielders for the Black Sox weren't quite ready, as the catcher just popped up. The fielders weren't ready for the Black Sox, so rule that one a stolen base with an error, I believe. Rule that one a stolen base, E2.
and early season jitters into this game. It is the bottom of the 5th, but it is still the first game this season. A lot of getting used to with these teams.
So the official ruling, strikeout for Trevor Storer, a stolen base for Brendan Hillis, and E2 for the catcher. A lot going on right there on that series of events, but nonetheless, runner on third here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch for the leadoff hitter, I'm fumbling over my words, Eli Ellsbecker, misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0, swung on and missed for strike 1, making the count 1-1. It's the 1-1. The 1-1 from Storer to Ellsbecker, and he did swing, making that 1-2. As Ellsbecker looks to weather the storm here for the Filthballers in the bottom half of the 5th. He's working with the 1-2 count from Trevor Storer. Swung on and hit for Ellsbecker. The first baseman cannot get to it in time. That is going to be a base hit for Ellsbecker, and he rounds first. It's going to be an RBI for Eli Ellsbecker, and the Filthballers lead pushes the 3 here in the bottom half of the 5th.
Another RBI. Just what you wanted for this team, pushing themselves further in front now.
This is Julius Cortez. Steps up to the plate. We're going to see a meeting of the minds here out on the mound for the Black Sox. We're going to see a new pitcher come in here for the Black Sox as Trevor Storer gets relieved of his duties here in the bottom half of the 5th. We're going to introduce the new pitcher and the situation when we come back in the bottom half of the 5th with 2 outs. Back in the bottom half of the 5th here, 4-1. The Filthballers are up. Brand new pitcher for the Black Sox, number 29, Aiden Eklund from Southwestern Community College. Not listed as a pitcher on the roster sheets, but he's going to toe the bump here for the Black Sox. As the Black Sox look to get out of this little 2-out runner on first jam. The Filthballers have scored a run or 2 runs here in the bottom half of the 5th to push their lead to 4-1. So we're going to see Julius Cortez step back up. Back up to the plate here for the Filthballers. Julius Cortez is 0 for 2. As he reached on an error in his last plate appearance, as the first pitch from Eklund is down in the dirt, and that will allow Eli Ellsbecker to advance on the wild pitch. Ellsbecker just batted in the last inning as he got on base via an E6. as the second pitch of the at-bat is outside for ball 2. Have to make a scoring correction. Dane Gardner's hit earlier in the inning was changed to an error, as Julius Cortez nails that one down the third base line, pushing the count to 2-1. As Eklund, not commonly known as a pitcher around Southwestern Community College, toes the slab here for the Black Sox. Could be for some reps, as another one in the dirt, pushing the count to 3-1 here for Cortez. Cortez, a speedy young man. Cortez from Hastings College. Cortez down the third base line as Dunham delivers a ball in time, a little high, but the first baseman is able to come down with it. Good job by Cody Heidenreich on corralling that ball high and still getting the runner out at first. Rule that one a 5-3 ground out. 2 runs on 1 hit and 1 error for the Filthballers in the bottom half of the 5th, as we go to the top of the 6th with the Filthballers up 4-1 right here on the CBL Network. Welcome back to the beautiful and historic J.J. Isaacson Field here at Seymour Smith Park here in Omaha, Nebraska, as there's a threat for some rain, but we're going to hope it goes away. Like Sam said, Sam, you want to do the honors?
Rain, go away. We have a CornBelt League game to play today.
Yep, there we go. There we go. The legend himself keeping the rain away from Seymour Smith, as we see the top of the order due up here for the Black Sox. Nick DeMonte faces Ethan Neeson, who had a dominant bottom half or top half of the 6th in his first outing so far. He had 2 strikeouts and a ground out, and he only did it in 11 pitches as he gets his first pitch to go for strike 1. We're going to see a check over to the first base umpire. They're going to say he did not go, so it's going to be a 1-1 count here for DeMonte. DeMonte is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. The single came in the top half of the 3rd. We're going to see a foul ball that catches some body here. The umpire. As we see some Filthballers warming up in the bullpen, number 28, Quinn Zaborowski, the pitcher from Concordia University, warming up for the Filthballers in their respective bullpen. As the 1-2, Ethan Neeson is ahead early. The young man from Allen County Community College misses inside for ball 2, making it a 2-2 count. Nick DeMonte has been playing center field for the Black Sox today. The speedy young man has played quite well so far here in this one, as he skies the 2-2 pitch out of play down the first base side. That ball will just hit the batting net over there, as someone from the Black Sox bench will go out and corral the B-ball. As the 2-2 pitch misses outside for ball 3. Pushing the count to full. The full count payoff pitch from Ethan Neeson. Misses inside. Slider got a little too far inside, and Nick DeMonte draws a 7-pitch walk here in the top half of the 6th.
Seeing a lot of full counts today. Wonder if that's going to get more common as we go.
Dylan Fuller, the right fielder, steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in this ball game. Swung on, grounded out to second. Will he be in time for a double play? The turn at second is not in time. Score that one. A ground out to second, or excuse me, that'll be a fielder's choice for the Filthballers as Fuller is able to get on base. There'll be one out here in the top of the 6th with the runner on first as Fuller just replaces where DeMonte was. Caben Stenbach steps up to the plate. The first baseman, nice throw down from, the nice throw down from Cooper McCoy. Almost gets the runner out at first. The call on the pitch was a ball. It's 1-0. Or 0-1. 0-1. Hits the bat as Caben Stenbach took the pitch, but he did not get his bat down in time, and it hits the knob of the bat. That's a foul ball.
Interesting play there. Ducked down so he wouldn't get plunked by that one, but still hit the ball.
Still hit the ball. That's one of the real weird rules of baseball. If you duck out of the way and it hits the bat, it's still foul balls. The inside pitch is in there for ball 1, making the count 1-2. That's one thing coaches preach a lot, was when you're about to get hit, if you don't want to get hit, get that bat down. You don't want to count that as a foul ball, which could go out and play. 1-2, fouled straight back. Good job staying alive is Caben Steinbach as the ball was fouled straight back to the backstop. The 1-2 on its way once again from Ethan Neeson as he just elects to look over Dylan Fuller, make sure Dylan Fuller doesn't have any thoughts about taking that bag. The ball is fouled out of play once again, keeping the count at 1-2. The 1-2 on its way from Neeson once again. Fouled straight back once again. Good job by Caben Steinbach on staying alive out there at the plate, keeping the count at 1-2. This has been a multi-pitch at bat here for the Black Sox. The 1-2 once again. In the dirt for ball 2. The ball's out in front of Cooper. As Cooper did not throw the ball because he would have hit his pitcher, Ethan Neeson. Ethan Neeson did not get down in time, and Cooper McCoy almost took off the head of Ethan Neeson. Nonetheless, that's going to be a stolen base for Dylan Fuller. And the count is 2-2. The 8th pitch of the at-bat on its way. So it's fouled back once again as Caben Steinbach does not want to go away. He wants to get on base here as the count stays 2-2. The 9th pitch of the at-bat right here for Caben Steinbach. The 2-2. Swung on and missed as Ethan Neeson wins the 9-pitch at-bat, gets the strikeout swinging, and that's going to be 2 outs for the Filthballers in the top half of the 6th as Neeson was able to win the battle against Caben Steinbach. Cody Heidenreich steps up to the plate as he swings on and misses for strike 1. Cody is 0 for 1 with a walk here. His walk came in the top half of the 4th as he's got an 0-1 count.
Misses outside for ball 1, tying it up at Snake Eyes at 1-1. The 1-1. Misses for ball 1, making it a for ball 2, making it a 2-1 count. The 2-1 count underway. This is inside for ball 3, and we're starting to see some raindrops fall here at Seymour Smith as the threat of rain and Sam singing did not keep the rain away.
Let's blame Connor on that one.
Yeah, we're going to blame Connor. Connor's been telling us it's not going to rain. The 3-1 pitch in there for strike 2, and as Cody Heidenreich thought that was going to be ball 4, but it wasn't, and he almost threw his bat down as the full count here. Runners is off, and that's going to be ball 4. Cooper McCoy had a chance to throw the runner out at third. Dylan Fuller got a great jump. We got runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th, and that rain is starting to come down a little bit harder. As Dominic DeMauro steps up to the plate, the left-handed hitter from York University. Had a pretty good season. He's a Papillion La Vista grad, as the first pitch is grounded foul right back to the batter's box, making it 0-1. Fans starting to pull out their umbrellas, but not because of the shade, but this time because of the rain.
A little bit of every type of weather in this game.
Knowing Nebraska, it's going to snow. I feel like CornBelt last year experienced quite a bit of rainouts. I feel like whenever the CornBelt crew broadcasts a game, it's got to rain, as the pitch misses outside, evening the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch misses outside for 2-1. As the rain is starting to sheet the The 2-1. Misses low for ball 3. It's going to be a 3-1 count here for the Filthballers. The 3-1 is the meeting of the minds from Cooper McCoy out to his pitcher Ethan Neeson out on the mound. 1 out, runners on first and third, runners on the corners here. The 3-1 count here in the top half of the 6th. And he walks them, as that will be a 5-pitch walk for Ethan Neeson. Bases are loaded here for the Black Sox. Prime opportunity here in the bottom, or the top of the 6th.
Now batting, the extra hitter from Cook Community College, number 41, Jackson Eager.
As ball 1 to Jackson Yeager, who is 0 for 1 here in the ball game. First pitch is swung on, fouled, off, making it 1-1.
No. Wait, who are Maddox? Maddox I am, Colton I am, Alice has not.
The 1-1 pitch is in there for ball 2. It's missed just a little inside. So we got bases loaded, 2 outs. The 2-1 pitch. Misses low for ball 3. Jackson Yeager could be drawing a walk that could score a run here in the top half of the 6th. Ethan Neeson gets ready for the 3-1. 3-1. This is inside and low for ball 4. That'll bring home a run and an RBI for Jackson Yeager. And the Black Sox cut the Filthballers' lead to 2 runs.
You got to wonder if the rain is playing a factor right now for the Filthballers.
As head coach for the Filthballers, Francisco Alvarez, goes out to talk to his pitcher, trying to weather the rain, as the rain is starting to come down a little bit. I wouldn't say it's a hard rain, it's a consistent rain, however.
You just got to watch that pitcher's mound in that infield.
That ball could start to get pretty wet. It could start to be kind of hard to handle. You got to be careful if you're Ethan Neeson. You don't want one errantly flying out of your hands. You know, could be a 5-foot high miss.
Now batting from Porterville College, number 15, Dylan Novotny.
Dylan Novotny steps up to the plate here for the Black Sox as they look to continue on the rally here in the top of the 6th. Fouled straight back, making it an 0-1 count. The 0-1. Swings on and misses for strike 2. It's an 0-2 count here. This would be a big payoff pitch for Ethan Neeson on the 0-2 count as the Black Sox has been able to slightly chip away at that Filthballers lead. The 0-2. Misses for ball 1. Count 1-2. The 1-2. Almost clips the legs of Dylan Novotny, but it does not. He's going to stay in the batter's box. Count is now at 2-2. You got to think maybe if you're Dylan Novotny that you maybe want to take that pitch. That will bring home a runner. 2-2 is grounded out to third. Carson Burnett tags the runner. They're going to say he got him on the advance. Good play by Carson Burnett, and the Filthballers get out of that one with just one runner. For the Black Sox in the top half of the 6th, 1 run on no hits, 4 walks for the Black Sox, and we go to the middle of the 6th in a rainy Omaha, Nebraska. Welcome back to Seymour Smith, a rainy Seymour Smith and J.J. Isaac in field as Corey Bantam steps up to the plate, the left-handed hitter in a rainy scenario here in the bottom of the 6th as he takes his first pitch for ball 1. Think these rainy conditions can affect how the players think out there on the field?
Absolutely. I mean, we talked earlier about how it went from scorching hot to cooling down temps, and then when it's nice and like cool, you're not worried about getting jammed about something over the plate. But now in the rain, you kind of wonder if it affects the players and how they swing.
The 1-1 is swung down the first base line. That'll be a foul ball. Pushes the count to 1-2. I'd have to agree. I remember playing sometimes when it was rainy and you would get, you know, you'd get wet fingers. The grass could start getting all over yourself. You know, it could be kind of tough to grip the ball and your cleats could start sliding. So we'll see how these players can adjust. The 1-2 swung straight back into the netting. The count will stay at 1-2 as Aiden Eklund comes on for his second inning in relief. He had only pitched a third. As the 1-2 pitch from Aiden Eklund swung foul down, or excuse me, down the left field line. That ball will be a foul ball as it just was fouled by a mere couple inches. As Corey Bantam almost snuck one down the line, and that would have been a good leadoff, potentially double for the Filthballers. As the 1-2 once again swung, that'll get and drop down for a base hit for Corey Bantam. He's thinking two. He's going to try to stretch, and he decides not to, as his first base coach holds him at first. That'll be a nice leadoff single for Corey Bantam as he finds the 7-8 gap out there in the outfield. It's going to be a nice leadoff single here for the Filthballers in the bottom half of the sixth. As Matthew Rivers steps up to the plate, he's 0 for 1 with the strikeout swinging and a hit by pitch. Hit by pitch came in the bottom of the fourth, which was his last at bat. Bantam leads off first. Rivers batting. The first pitch swung on and missed. 4 strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. Swung on and missed once again for strike 2. And Aiden Eklund is up early here on Matthew Rivers with an 0-2 count. Just now tuning in, Filthballers 4-2 over the Black Sox here in the bottom of the sixth. 0-2 swung on and missed. It gets behind the catcher, but it does not matter because a first base was occupied by a runner, but he does end up stealing anyway. So that'll be a strikeout swinging for Matthew Rivers. So that's a strikeout swinging and a stolen base for Corey Bantam. As Peyton Larson steps up to the plate. He had a triple in his first at-bat in the bottom half of the second inning. It's the righty-on-righty matchup as the first pitch is low for ball 1. Peyton Larson almost started his swing but decides to hold back. Good plate discipline from Peyton Larson. The 1-0. Fouled straight back out of play, pushing the count to fish sticks at 1-1.
Alex, you gotta get it out of your camera shot, dude.
The 1-1 to Peyton Larson. Larson gets ready for the 1-1. 1-1 down the third base line, just foul. It just missed the third base line. Peyton Larson wishes that one could have been a couple more inches to the right, and that could have been an RBI for Peyton Larson. Almost got that one down the line.
Twice in this inning now, we've seen that. That left field line really looking like it's got a magnet on it.
As the 1-2 to Peyton Larson. The payoff pitch for Eklund. Hit well into center field. DeMonte's not able to get to that one in time as he rounds third, but he will stay at home as Corey Bantam was thinking home as Peyton Larson will slide into second base with a double. That'll be the second extra base hit for Peyton Larson in this one as he's got a double and a triple here in this one.
Got a little bit of dirt bath on that one. Looking like the Filthballers logo right there.
Now batting, the third baseman from Malone College, number 21.
As Carson Burnett steps up to the plate with runners in scoring position, a prime opportunity here for the Filthballers to add on once again to their lead. Carson Burnett is 0 for 2. As he gets the first pitch of the at-bat inside, almost sneaks that shoulder for Burnett, and he'll move it to 1-0. Burnett from Malone College, where he was a primary third baseman, as he takes strike 1 low. As the runners lead off of second and third. As Bantam leads off of third, and Larson leads off of second. As the ball is in the dirt, good stop by Gordy Nuno. keeps the count at 2-1 and the ball in the possession of the catcher. The 2-1 on its way. Oh, head hunting is Aiden Eklund. As good job by Carson Burnett on getting out of the way, keeping the count at 3-1. Those are scary if you're a hitter. You kind of see that and your life can flash before your eyes.
Absolutely, and I think the rain's having something to do with it. I mean, it looks to be going away now, heading away from J.J. Isaacson Field.
The 3-1 skied into right field. That ball will be cammed under, and we will not see any runners advance here as the absolute missile over there from Dylan Fuller. Good job on keeping the runners at bay. That's a big second out here for the Black Sox.
These outfielders, they have cannons. We've seen it twice today already. Just right there, absolutely letting them fly, making sure they want no runners across.
So you've still got runners on second and third. Banham leading off a third. Larson leading off a second. That'll bring up the lefty Tristan Brandt as he looks at the first pitch just outside for ball one. Brandt is 0 for 3. With the ground out to the pitcher and a ground out to the shortstop in his 2 at bat so far here in this one. The 1-0 pitch misses just high for ball 2. I think I've seen a couple flashes of lightning every once in a while, so we'll see if the Lightning can kind of stay at bay. If not, we could see this game go into a weather delay. Hope that doesn't happen. 2-0 misses outside for ball 3. I did knock on wood, so let's hope that does not happen. As Eklund is going to have to give his best pitch right here on the 3-0 as he doesn't want to load up the bases. And there for strike one, nice 3-0 pitch.
Just painting that outside wall.
The 3-1 pitch as Eklund gets ready to bounce back. And there for strike two, nice 3-1 pitch as Eklund has been able to work from a 3-0 count to 3-2 to keep it full. This would be a huge strikeout pitch for Eklund if he could get Tristan Brandt down. Full. Swung on, grounded down the first base line. And Heidenreich will just step on the bag and keep it himself. Good job by Eklund staying out of any running jams here as he does allow a couple hits. No runs on 2 hits for the Filthballers in the bottom half of the 6th as we go to the top half of the 7th, and the Black Sox look to chip away at that 4-2 Filthballers lead right here on the CBL Network. Rainey Seymour Smith here in Omaha, Nebraska, but a new pitcher for the Filthballers as number 28 Quinn Zaboretsky comes in from Concordia University in relief for Ethan Neeson. Ethan Neeson was very dominant, 4 strikeouts and 2 1/3 innings of work for the Filthballers. He did exactly what he needed to do for this Filthballers team, and we're going to see a right-handed pitcher come in for the Filthballers.
And in that right field, you're starting to see the blue skies come through.
They need to stay around. Filthballers, you know, they need the weather to kind of go away if they want to come away with this win. This is the last chance for the Black Sox. They've got 3 outs. Filthballers need to get 3 outs to come away with the win. My Apple Watch just alerted me that there's a chance for some severe weather. Let's hope that is not the case.
Now pitching for the Filthballers from Concordia University, number 28, Quinn Zaborski.
As we will see Dane Midger lead off the top of the 7th for the Black Sox. Dan Midger is 0 for 2 here in this one. As he grounds the first ball down the line, and that'll be a foul ball. Dane Mediger is looking for a new bat, as I think his bat cracked.
Something wrong with it. He'll make the trade.
You know, those wood bats, sometimes you can get some, especially when it's wet. Wood gets a lot weaker when it's wet. You could get jammed easily, and it could crack your bat a lot easier. Quinn steps off the mound himself as Dane looks to take the 0-1. There's a flash of lightning right above us. There's the 0-1 as Dane grounds the ball up the middle to the second baseman. It's going to have to be a quick throw. Will he get him in time? He will not, as the errant throw from Dane Gardner is not in time, and that'll be ruled an E4 for the Filthballers. That's a tough play on the run. You got to be a little quick.
Like you said, not an easy throw.
It's got to be pretty tough. So we're going to see a pitch hitter here. As we're going to see Joseph Azevedo from Merced College step up to the plate. He's going to replace Gordy Nuno as he takes ball 1 inside. As Mediger got a pretty good lead off first. The 1-0 as Zabrowski looks over. That was a nice quick pickoff move. Almost got Mediger sleeping over there. The 1-0 to Azevedo. In there for ball 2. Good plate appearance, good watchful eye for Azevedo so far here in his first at bat of the ball game.
It looks like Mediger trying to get that lead over at first.
As the third pitch of the at bat misses low for ball 3, 3-0 count here for Azevedo. Head coach over there on the third base side telling Azevedo to keep your pitch. Wait for your pitch. The 3-0 with rumbles of thunder in the foreground. So he takes strike 1 as Azevedo thought that was a ball. He was ready to march his way down to first, but the umpire said, no, that's a strike.
Tough call either way you look at it.
Mediger leads off of first. The 3-1 here in the top of the 7th. Filthballers working with a 4-2 lead. In there for strike 2. Good job by Zabrowski working back here from 3-0 to 3-2. Zabrowski's an ideal situation would be a ground ball for the Filthballers. As he looks over, almost got him on the pickoff move. The quick pickoff move from Zabrowski catches Mediger sleeping over there at first. That's a huge out for out number 1 from Zabrowski as the quick turn pickoff move catches Mediger sleeping.
And Black Sox still down 2 runs. They're going to need something big here if they want to get back into it.
The 3-2 pitch swung on and missed by Joseph Azevedo. What a series of events for Quinn Zaborowski. The pickoff to get out number 1, then works back from 3-0 to get the strikeout swinging for out number 2.
2 speedy outs, and they're just 1 out away from taking this one.
So we're going to see another pitch hitter here for the Black Sox, number 33, Aaron Archer. Proves to be one of the last resorts here for the Black Sox as they look to perform a 2-out rally. As the pitch is going to be low and outside for ball 1. Archer from Bluffton University. Bluffton is a Mennonite university in Ohio. Small school of about only 760 students. As you can see on your screen here, the rain is coming down a little bit harder now, but it looks like it's changed its direction. The 1-1. Just misses for ball 2 outside. Pushes the count to 2-1. 4-2. Top of the 7th, 2 outs here for the Black Sox. As he fouls off strike 2. Jammed his fingers a little bit, but ties the count nonetheless at 2 apiece.
1 strike away. First game.
Zabrowski looks to put the Filthballers down, or up here, gives them their first win of the year. Payoff pitch, the 2-2. Swung on and missed as Zabrowski deals a perfect inning. The pickoff at first, the strikeout by Azevedo, and then the strikeout by Archer puts the Filthballers and gives them their first win of the year. That they are led by strong pitching as they win 4-2 here over the Black Sox and their opener in the CornBelt season.
And this game had everything in it. I mean, different types of weather, different types of conditions for these teams. A great game regardless. The score got a little bit closer at the end, but those quick 2 outs really helped the Filthballers escape with this one.
We will be right back as we give you some final stats from this one, as it is a rainy, lightning, and thunderous Seymour Smith, as you might be able to hear that thunder picked up on our crowd mic. But we'll be right back as the Filthballers get a nice 4-2 win here in the home opener.
For our next game between the Rail Riders.
Get a nice 4-2 win here in their home opener, and they were led by Cohen Evans, who went 3 innings with 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 earned run, and 1 hit. I've been Ethan McCormick on the play-by-play duties. Thank you to Sam Whitaker for joining me for this game, and the next game on the slate will be another good one. Let's hope this rain passes here in this one. Sam Whitaker will be taking the play-by-play duties, and I will be joining him for his color. Go grab a bite to eat. Come right back as in about an hour, Game 2 of opening day in the CornBelt League 2023 season will be underway. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be right back in about an hour for Game 2 on our slate.